Hey world, it's Ben Willie come back with another video. Man, fam, this is a trip. First GM, now Ford. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, fam, you know, I did a video a couple months ago about General Motors and how they was closing down automotive plants and shops here in America and sending them overseas. You know, which meant there was tens of thousands of jobs lost. Okay. If you have any age on you, remember Michigan was booming back in the day because of General Motors, you know, and Chrysler. Now, of course, those companies have all pretty much went south to Mexico for cheaper operating costs, cheaper labor, less restrictions, and more profit. And who does that benefit? It benefits the shareholders, okay? Because that's who they basically cater to. And that's why I say, please don't put your livelihood and your financial security in the hands of other people. Ford is just matter what, call it like it is, firing 10% of the white collar workers. And what does that mean? That means the cats that graduated from college, okay? A lot of them graduated from college. Y'all white collar workers, that means you guys are in administration and management, you know, over about $80,000, $90,000 a year in salary or higher, you dig? And this is what you guys go to college for. To attain a degree that's gonna allow you to gain employment in a place where you're gonna be financially secure. But when that security is threatened by a company or corporation's greed, then you have to reinvent yourself. You have to start paying yourself first. You have to start using your employment as a means for gaining wealth, opposed to using your employment to just pay bills. See, there are 3 stages in life, okay? You know, you have the initial stage when we come into this existence and we depend on our mothers and others for survival, to feed us, you know what I'm saying, to nurture us, to keep us warm. And then we get a certain age, the second stage is where we start mimicking others. And that's how we pretty much develop what we're supposed to be doing from a normality standpoint. It's straight mimicking. We look at those around us and we mimic them, okay? And that basically is not our identity, but it is the identity of those that we're mimicking. That's why, you know, if you like me in school got in trouble, not from behavior purposes or behavior reasons, but for being a smart ass. Because, you know, my teachers would say things and it didn't make sense and I would ask questions. That wasn't the norm, because you're supposed to sit and just, you know, listen to everybody. And I tell my students all the time, you know, to be quick to listen and slow to speak. But when you're just quick to listen, and when it's time for you to speak, if things don't make sense, you know, we live in an environment where you're not going to be viewed as an individual, but viewed as someone who's bucking the system, you know, because you need to believe everything that's told to you. That's the second phase. That's the mimicking phase. It's not until you actually understand your purpose in life and know why you were born where you can actually get out this matrix. See, I'm an investor in Ford. And like I told you guys before, the markets are going to crash pretty soon. If you haven't, you know, had the opportunity to start paying yourself first, stacking your chips, because these corporations, it's all about the shareholders. It's all about the company and making sure they keep the shareholders happy. And Ford, who've been around for years, decades, centuries, are cutting 10% of the 10% of their salaried white collar workers. And that's why I said in a prior video, you ain't got to go to college to be successful. You have to learn finance. You have to learn how money works. Okay? Because remember, money doesn't exist. It's our energy. And your mindset should be, you know, use your employment to gain financial wealth. Don't use your employment just to pay bills and buy materialistic values, because those values always depreciate. Okay? So family, I just want to come back with a quick video, let you know I thought it was just GM. Unfortunately, it is Ford cutting 10% of their white collar workers, which will save them $600 million a year. And that's 7,000 employees that's going to be laid off, fired. But they'll give them a severance package and all that kind of stuff to pretty much, you know, alleviate the stigma of being fired. All right. But believe me, don't feel bad, because if they get this package that they're supposed to get, they're getting it right on time, because they can use that package and make that package triple or quadruple once this market crash. So, all right, family, I just want to come back with a little information, guys. This is Being Willie. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And in the meantime, between time, may the Most High Saudi bring you joy. And the old man is Audi 5000.